Hi there, this is Adrian Bold of Bold Internet, and I'm just recording a quick video to show one of the methods that I use if I'm trying to identify negative keywords for use in a paid advertising campaign. So to give you a quick background in case you're unaware of what a negative keyword is, a negative keyword is a word or a phrase used in things such as Google AdWords or Bing ads that can be used to stop your advert from showing for irrelevant phrases. So if you've built out an AdWords campaign and you know for sure there are certain words that you would not want associated with your advert, then you can put those in, and if somebody conducted a search on one of those search engines, your advert would not appear. And that's going to do a couple of things. First of all, it's going to save a wasted impression, basically an advert view, so your click-through rate won't suffer. And perhaps more importantly, you're going to save budget because you will stop getting irrelevant clicks, or not as many irrelevant clicks coming through. So it's a good thing to do all round, and probably more than a good thing in my opinion. Negative keywords are one of the most important aspects that you can look into when building paid advertising campaigns. Okay then, so the starting point for this particular exercise is that I've got a spreadsheet here containing some keywords, and this spreadsheet has come from the Google AdWords keyword planner tool. So if you're not familiar with that, I have made a couple of videos that appears on one of the tutorials pages, so it might be an idea to have a look at that first of all. But basically you can get your keywords from whatever data source you prefer. So I'm not really interested in the other columns for this exercise. All I'm going to do is come to column B, which contains the keywords. I'm going to copy those, and then I'm going to switch over now to a text editor that I use called Notepad Pro. And again, I would stress that I know this isn't the only way of doing what I'm about to do. You could probably do the exercise that I'm about to do in Excel, and from my point of view, if I'm building out a big campaign with lots and lots of negative keywords, or lots of keyword research that's going to end up with lots of negative keywords, then I actually use another application for that purpose. So the idea of this is just to show a fairly quick way of doing that if you wanted to build just maybe one or two ad groups or campaigns. So I've got my keywords, I'm in Notepad Pro, and as I say, there are other text editors available. Notepad Pro, as the name would suggest, has a professional license. It's not very expensive. I can't recall exactly how much, but it's not very expensive, and I believe they still make available a free version that will do what we need to do here. So anyway, cracking on. What I'm going to do first of all is just sort this list alphabetically. So I'm going to modify lines, sort ascending, and one of the benefits of Notepad Pro is that has an option to deduplicate on sorting. So if there were any duplicates, then they would have now gone. So I've got about 142 keywords that I want to work through, and in this scenario, and it is only an example, I'm going to be building an advertising campaign for something to do with Christmas vouchers for companies. Okay, so what I would do first of all is I would go through, and because in this exercise I'm only interested in finding the negative keywords, any word that's a positive, such as Christmas, I'm going to delete. So to do that, very simply do a search and replace, and I'm going to find the word Christmas here and replace with nothing. So replace all of those, and then I'm going to look for things like business, vouchers. Make sure we've got whole words only selected there, otherwise we end up with random characters. Voucher, company. Okay, and don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch while I do all of this, but I'm just going to get rid of some of the words that I think are relevant. Okay, so I'm just going to now pause the video while I carry on with that for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back and see the next stage. Okay, so I've just spent a couple of minutes going through deleting words that I can see are either relevant or potentially relevant to search queries for these adverts that I'm going to create. or their smaller sort of connector words, you know, ons and ofs and that kind of thing. And then what I'm left with is a list of words, maybe some phrases, that I now need to sort out in Notepad Pro. And you'll see obviously we're all over the place now because we've deleted certain words, so there's lots of spaces and double spaces and that kind of thing. So in Notepad Pro here, what I can do, there's a number of things here, but if I select all of those, I can modify and align to get everything on the left as a starting point. We've got lots of extra spaces afterwards there, so we've got modify lines, and then we can trim the blanks to get rid of those. Modify lines, sort ascending, just to see how we're getting on. And then finally at this stage, modify spaces, single space. So where we've got double spaces where there was a word removed, we can then make that a single space. Come back to this and just keep repeating this until you're sort of happy with how it's looking. And then what I would then do is, just to finish off, I would say, okay, I'll go through these individually, and I want to get rid of spaces manually in that context, because what I'm trying to do is get a single negative keyword. You can use negative phrases, i.e. more than one word, but what I'm trying to do here, as much as possible, is find there's often a specific word within a phrase that, if you really look at it, is the word that would be a negative. So in this case, I'm thinking if also if a word is a bit, I'm unsure about it, then at this stage I'd rather take it out, because I don't want to put it as a negative rather than leaving it in just because. So we're going to get rid of that. It's not free. Wouldn't say it's fun particularly. Could be good, could be great, don't know. Is it for a female? Possibly. So you get the idea. I'm just going to quickly go through. Is it last minute? Last? Not sure about that. Marks and Spencer, could be for men, I suppose. It is a scheme, so get rid of that, but we want to leave that as a negative. Not novel. Yeah, unsure. So yeah, if in doubt, basically take it out. Bit of a cliche there for you, but basically remove it if you're unsure, and then when you start running the campaign, you're going to start keeping an eye on your search query reports, and then you'll soon get a feel for whether those phrases are relevant. Might get rid of that, might get rid of that. And what we're left with at this stage now is about 25 keywords that could go in as part of either at the campaign level as part of a negative keyword specifically for that campaign, or if in Google AdWords and Bing Ads there's the ability to create a shared library of negative keywords that can be used throughout campaigns, and these ones would probably just go into a negative keyword shared library. Okay, so that's going to take you, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes to go through, but my view is that if you create these negative keywords and it saves you money, and could be lots of money over time, by stopping the wrong type of searches clicking through in your adverts, then that's money well spent. Okay, so I hope that helps.